Hi, I'm Karen, and today I want to talk about obstacles on the way to your goals. We've all set goals and then experienced some, challenges or obstacles that appear on our path on our way to the goal. And so, what I want to look at is this idea from reality transurfing about lowering importance around obstacles. Like, if we could just get that most obstacles, like 95% of obstacles, are going to resolve themselves even if we don't do anything. That is an idea from Reality Transurfing from the book by Vadim Zealand. But that was something that I had come up with on my own a couple of years ago. And I love it when I have an idea and then somebody else writes about it because I'm like, darn it, I knew that was true. Like, I was noticing that, like, in my own life, I was noticing how often, like, I'll have an idea and or like something will be like quote unquote a problem, but if I don't make it into a problem, it just kind of goes away on its own. Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, some of the time, of course, you have to do something about your problem, but it's actually a lot easier to handle an obstacle or a problem when it's not a big hairy deal, but it's just like, oh, a minor inconvenience or a slight delay or, just nothing, just normal everyday stuff. So, what Vadim Zealand says is that the key is to lower importance, and that when we make something important, what we're doing is we're creating like excess potential around it. So it's like immediately once something is important, it's out of balance, and then you're going to have like other forces, from the universe coming to try to make that in balance. So if you think about, like, if you were sitting just on the ground, no big deal, no problem. But if you were sitting on the ground right by a huge, like, abyss, like some giant chasm, that would be like important because you might, other people might be move away from the edge, or you might be feeling really scared that you were going to fall in. But like, just the fact that you're sitting really close to the edge of an abyss is like important, and then that feels out of balance. So either what's going to happen is a hand is going to come and pull you away from the edge. Okay, not a problem. Or a hand is going to come and shove you into the abyss. But then it's still not a problem, because then you won't be teetering on the edge in this kind of excess potential, potentially out of balance, precarious situation. So I think that's pretty hilarious. So anytime we're making something important, it's as if we're making something into sitting at the edge of an abyss when it doesn't need to be. When we lower importance, it's just like, oh, we're just sitting on the ground, taking a break, having a rest. So when you have an obstacle on your path, notice how important you're making it. Like, are you making it into a really big deal? Are you losing sleep over it? Are you like ruminating on it? And then how can you laugh at it and just like make it not that big of a deal? I mean, one way is just to characterize it as just like, no, this is just normal, ordinary human being stuff. It's not a big deal. Or noticing that it's only a problem that's a 5-minute problem. Like, it's gonna literally go away in 5 minutes. Or maybe it's gonna be a 5-hour problem or a 24-hour problem. But still, it's like, how much juice do you want to give it? Like, what kind of a big deal you want to make out of something that's gonna get resolved in a fairly short amount of time. So that's one way to lessen the obstacle. Then isn't really an obstacle. It's just something that you can talk about or not talk about. And that's another thing that I have found, like, when something goes wrong, just that I don't need to talk about it necessarily. It's like, well, if it's going to go away in 24 hours, I don't need to like turn it into a story and then, try to use it for entertainment value. I can just like, whatever, just forget about it and just notice how often actually I do forget. And that's pretty cool. It's like, if I don't tell the story, I don't remember it. Like, it just goes away. It just disappears back into that the field, so that field of variations. So, um, so when you do have something that comes up, like that is an obstacle, or like one way to look at it is that it's here to help you. Like, where is the advantage in it? How is this going to benefit for me? How is this, what's the blessing in this that I don't get, that I, haven't noticed yet? So you approach everything in your life. This is just another technique with the idea that it's for your advantage. And just saying the word advantage is a way to lessen an obstacle or a problem. And okay, well, this thing happened, but it's for my advantage. It's going to help me. It's sharpening my skills, or it's teaching me patience, or it's just, it's just helping me in some ways. I'm getting to meet someone I ordinarily wouldn't have met. I had a flat tire, and I was doing that. I was like, okay, advantage. Great. Flat tire. What's right about this that I'm not getting? Well, first of all, I'm in a nice, safe shopping center, so that's not a problem. Then I was like, when I'm kind of hungry, and I was waiting for the guy to come help me, I went and got myself some takeout food. It's just like, this is great. I mean, this is like a permission slip to go get something good to eat, and that's nice. And then I met this person, and they had an interesting life story, and he had just moved here with his wife from Bosnia, and I was like, well, I've never actually met anyone from Bosnia in the United States. I've been to Bosnia, and I met Bosnian people there, but here's like, I get a flat tire, and now I'm having this interesting conversation with someone from Bosnia. So it's like, the more you can see that it's just for your advantage. It's not, certainly it's not against you. The universe isn't like against you. It's working for you, and that the things that happen to you all have a silver lining if you look for them. So that's enough about obstacles and problems. Remember, the problem is not a problem. If it happens in the moment, you could say maybe it's a problem, but usually it's not a problem in the moment, because if it's something you have to handle right away, you'll just know what to do and you'll do it, or you'll be a deer in headlights, but someone else will come and help you. So it all works itself out in the end. So may you have a really great day. And if you do notice some obstacles or challenges on your path, I hope that you're able to lessen the importance around them and just watch them resolve themselves without you doing too much.